Here we are with an unboxing of the Sony Xperia Go, the latest device to be added to the Xperia range of devices from Sony. The key differentiator with this device is that it's IP67 rated, so it's got protection against water and dust, which is important more and more nowadays as we use our devices within our lifestyle a lot more. So we've got the standard sort of Sony packaging here. This is more of an entry-level device and it competes with the Motorola Defy, the Sony Xperia Active to some extent, albeit that this is designed a little bit more for the less sporty, whereas the Xperia Active was very sports orientated. Also competes with the Samsung Galaxy Extreme or X cover. So we've got the Sony Bravia engine, XLoud, DLNA, Wi-Fi, got a 1 GHz dual core processor, a 3.5 inch screen, 5 megapixel camera, 720p video recording, and importantly the IP67 rated. So this comes in around about 200 odd pounds, give or take a few pounds. That's inclusive VAT. So we've got the Xperia Go here. We'll come back to that in a moment. We've got a set of in-ear headphones, sort of fairly basic ones there, with a 3.5mm headphone jack. We've then got a 3-pin UK mains adapter that pops up like so. On the side we've got a USB port, and into that we would connect this cable, which goes in there like so, and this in turn would connect to the phone. This has a micro USB connection on the other end of it, so use that for mains charging in the UK. You then get provided with this, which is a micro SIM to standard SIM card adapter. So more and more devices are using micro SIM. The Xperia Go actually uses a standard SIM, so what Sony have provided is this little adapter. You pop your micro SIM in there and you can use it in this phone without any problems. So you also get sort of standard documentation in here, as you'd come to expect. A quick startup guide, some warranty information, and that is about it. So fairly limited box contents, and let's take a look at the device itself. So here we have it. Let's start by just pulling off the back cover and show you underneath. So we've got like this turquoisey aqua blue sort of inside to the device here, and it's under here that we can pull this out, just on the side here. Sorry, this side it is for the SIM card. So you pop your SIM card in there, and that's pops in like so, so it's all sort of sealed up nicely. We've then got, you might just be able to see there, that's the micro SD card slot. So let's just try and open that up. So you can put your micro SD in there and expand the memory. So this has got 8 gig of internal memory, only 4 of which is actually usable because it's taken up with the OS applications, etc. So taking a look around the side of the device, we've then got the micro USB charging port here with a cover over it like so. Now it's important to stress here that whilst this is IP67 rated, it's only rated to that once you've got the ports covered and the back on securely. We've then got a volume rocker key on the side here. On the bottom corner we've got a lanyard strap, so that's great if you're doing sports. You can easily carry this around with you. It's flush on the bottom and then up the side here until we get to this, the headphone jack, which again is under a cover like so. On the back we've got the 5 megapixel camera with autofocus and LED flash, records in 720p. We've got a microphone, and then on the top we've got the power button, so just going to switch that on. And then on the front here we've got the Sony branding, the speaker, we've got the 3.5 inch display, we've got a back, home and menu key, we've got the Xperia logo, and then we've got another microphone down here. You can see the screen is sort of raised just slightly. Feels quite comfortable in hand. It's quite small with a 3.5 inch display. You've got Bluetooth, you've got Wi-Fi on here, you've got GPS. The battery is built in, so you can't remove it. It's a 13 0.05 milliamp hour battery, weighs about 110 grams this device. You've got a lot of Sony customization on here over and above the standard Android 2.3 operating system. It is upgradable to Android 4 Ice Cream Sandwich, but out of the box it is Android 2.3. So it's a 480 by 320 display. You've got your standard GSM, GPRS and Edge connectivity. You've also got 3G on the 900 and 2100 megahertz bands. So that's a quick look at the device. We'll just wait for that to boot up and take a quick look at the software. Okay, so the device is now booted and we've gone through the initial setup, and we're here at the home screen. So you've got the customizable home screens as you expect on any Android device here. So you can scroll through, you can tap your menu button, you can go into the themes, you can go to the wallpaper, you can add items to it. Now I'm not going to run through that in too much detail because the fact is that's very similar on a lot of devices. Being a Google Android device, you've got access to the Play Store. Now we're not connected over Wi-Fi or 3G at the moment, but you can connect up and download your applications. You've got a standard sort of messaging application here, so you can click here and you can type a message on screen. You can of course turn it into landscape mode like that. You've got your web browser and everything as well. You've got some fitness apps pre-installed on here. Now whilst this isn't aimed purely at fitness people, the IP67 rating is a benefit for those that are fitness or in the outdoors. So there are some apps on here to get you going, including a compass, a walkmate, figure running, mini coach and a torch if you're out and about at night. Now like I say, it is IP67 rated. I'm not going to demonstrate it, you get the point with that. Just make sure your ports are covered. Let's just take a look at the camera application. So go into the camera, it's a 5 megapixel camera on here, so a pretty standard setup. You can flip between still images or video footage, and then your settings change accordingly. So we can tap on screen to go into some of the settings, whether we want the photo light on or off. We've got more settings by clicking the menu button, including choosing the resolution. You can just simply take pictures like so. Now there is no dedicated camera button, as you can see here. You have to do it on screen. So that's a little bit of a downside on this device, but more and more devices are moving this way. Let's just go into the settings and show you some of the finer details. So here we go, we can see that this is the ST27i running Android version 2.3.7, and let's just show you the memory on here as well. So internal storage, you've got just under 4 gig actually available for you there to put apps etc. on. So just quickly, I'm going to compare it to some other phones that are available on the market, just to give you an idea of size. So there's the HTC One X. You can see that that is dwarfing the Xperia Go. You've got a Nokia Lumia 800, which is fairly similar. We've got an HTC Desire C, maybe something a little bit more comparable to the Xperia. The Desire C is just a little bit shorter, thickness, the Desire is thicker. And then you've got the iPhone. In terms of size, that's actually very comparable. It's a little bit squarer there, you haven't got the sweeping corners. Thickness is similar, the iPhone is probably just a bit thinner. Weight, there's not a lot in it. So that's a quick unboxing of the Sony Xperia Go.